Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. And today we are going to be reading a book called No Dogs Allowed. It's a book by Sonia Manzano, who was Maria on Sesame Street, and it's illustrated by John J. Muth. It's a story about a family trip to the beach and what happens when they find out that dogs aren't allowed. I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Get comfy, and we'll get started. No dogs allowed. Hi, my name is Iris, and I'm 7. And once, a long while ago, when I was 6, I lived in a place called the Bronx, in the kingdom of 3rd Avenue, in the land of New York City, with a big sister named Shorty the fortune teller, who could tell the future by rolling her eyes. A mother named Mommy the busy, because she was always busy doing something. A father named Poppy the clever, who, with the touch of his hand and about 5 or 6 hours, could fix anything. And a dog named El Exigente, because he didn't do a thing. One day, we decided to go to the lake in the Enchanted State Park. We woke up very early. That's how you beat the traffic and get a good picnic table. It was so early, it was still dark outside. It was so early, I had extra trouble waking El Exigente because he's very good at sleeping. My mommy the busy and my poppy the clever got everything ready. Mommy made a little lunch and a little after lunch snack. Then she made a little dinner and a little after dinner snack. Then she made dessert and a little something for the road in case we got hungry. My poppy packed, saying, only take what you know you'll really need to go on a picnic. My big sister, Shorty, the fortune teller, packed a few essentials. And I was packing for El Exigente when my sister yelled, rolling her eyes, Mom, Iris can't bring that dog, can she? There'll be nothing but trouble if he comes. There'll be nothing but trouble if he stays, says my mommy. And you can look, she's making lots and lots of food, and he's bringing lots and lots of things, and she too. And all they said was, only bring what you really need. I wonder if they'll really need a tire to go on a picnic. We lugged our things to the sidewalk and met my cousin Carmen the Beautiful. She brought her traveling beauty parlor. My other cousin Marta the Smart. She brought a few books. And my Aunt Tuta, the happily married, and her brand new husband, Juan. They were so in love they could only bring each other. Don Joe the grocer, who brought his daily counter. The wise old people, who wisely brought a table, chairs, and a box of dominoes so they could finish a game they started 100 years ago when they were young in Puerto Rico. And a few neighbors from the tri-state area. They brought things too. Looks like they're going on one crazy picnic to need all these things. We loaded our trucks and cars and trailers, and off we went. Well, we never took the highway. Poppy said old roads were better to break down on. Which we did. I knew we were going to break down, said my big sister Shorty, the fortune teller, rolling her eyes. That's okay, said my mommy. We can have a snack, and it gives me a chance to crochet a nice cloth for the picnic table. And it gives me a chance to rotate the tires after I fix the car, said Poppy cleverly. And I can fix my hair a bit, said Carmen the Beautiful. And I'll have time to finish reading this grim fairy tale, said Marta the Smart. I was just getting to the good part. And I'll be able to make some sandwiches to have before, during, and after we get to the lake, said Don Joe the grocer. My Aunt Tuta, the happily married, and her brand new husband, Juan, gazed into each other's eyes and said, oh boy, this gives us a chance to spend more time together before we get to the lake, to spend even more time together. The wise old people didn't say anything, but looked around wisely, set up their table and chairs, and broke out the dominoes. Anybody who wasn't changing a tire, looking for a car jack, or crawling under their car got busy preparing a snack for anyone who was changing a tire, looking for a car jack, or crawling under their car. Anybody left over got a chance to do whatever they wanted to do. I got a chance to play tug of war with El Exigente. He was very good at that. So I knew exactly where the road map was when my poppy wanted to check it so we wouldn't get lost once we were on the road again. But we got lost anyway. I knew we were going to get lost, said my big sister Shorty the fortune teller, rolling her eyes. Think of it as an adventure, said my mommy. Besides, it gives us a chance to visit other neighborhoods and practice our English when we ask for directions. And if you look, the road spells out oops, because they didn't mean to get lost. One day, we actually got there. It's a miracle, said my big sister, Shorty the fortune teller. I couldn't wait to do all the things I'd been thinking of, like jumping in the enchanted lake and getting some enchanted sun and eating some enchanted lunch and taking an enchanted nap and building some enchanted sandcastles. And that's when my big sister's eyes stopped rolling long enough for her to read the enchanted sign that read "No dogs allowed." Enchanted or otherwise. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. She was hopping mad. I knew this was going to happen. I gulped. My sister was right. Alexi Hente did cause trouble. This was terrible. What were we going to do? Go home after breaking down and getting lost because Alexi Hente was a dog? He couldn't help it. He was born that way. Besides, being a dog was what he did best. Why weren't dogs allowed at the lake anyway? I looked at Mommy. My Mommy and Poppy looked at each other. Everyone started talking at once, in English and in Spanish. Then Poppy said, Wait a minute, can you all be quiet so we can figure out what to do? We'll never figure out what to do, said my sister, rolling her eyes, but everyone was too busy trying to figure out what to do to hear her. Then my Poppy yelled, Cállense! At the top of his voice. This means, in case you didn't guess, quiet in Spanish. And then he thought for the longest minute of his life. Finally, he said cleverly, Look, these packages are heavy. We might as well put them on a nice picnic table until we figure out what to do. And then my mommy got busy saying, It's hot. I might as well mix some coconut pineapple punch and set out the blankets in a nice shady spot until we figure out what to do. And Carmen the Beautiful said, I might as well put on my swimsuit in case Prince Charming shows up until we figure out what to do. And Marta the Smart said, I might as well go make some fairy tale sandcastles until we figure out what to do. And Don Joe the grocer said, We might as well eat those sandwiches I made until we figure out what to do. My Aunt Tuta the happily married and her brand new husband Juan had decided to put their heads together and take a walk around the lake to try to figure out what to do. And the wise old people had already wisely sized up the situation and found the perfect tree to play dominoes under until somebody else figured out what to do. Then Poppy the Clever said, We should take turns staying with Alex Kente in the parking lot until we figure out what to do. So that day, in the parking lot of the Enchanted State Park, my dog had his fur done by Carmen, was read to by Marta, was fed by Don Joe, was babysat by my Aunt Tuta and her husband Juan, played dominoes with the wise old people, had his paw read by my sister, and was hugged and kissed by me until we could figure out what to do. And before we knew it, it was dark. My cousin Marta the Smart couldn't read anymore. Aunt Tuta and her brand new husband Juan were anxious to get home to start becoming an old happily married couple. Carmen the Beautiful had put rollers back in her hair, plus there was nothing left to eat. It was time to leave. As we drove home, Alexi Hente and I agreed that my sister Shorty the fortune teller was right both times. Alexi Hente did cause trouble, and we never did figure out what to do. But it didn't matter because we both felt tired and sleepy and happy and sandy, just like you should feel after spending the day at the Enchanted State Park. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I think you can figure out that they did kind of figure out what to do. They just left Alexi Hente in the parking lot, and they took turns spending time with him, which is a fun way to spend the day. I hope you really did enjoy this story, and I can't wait to read with you again on Wednesday. I hope you have a fabulous week, and happy reading!